Hey there, it's Beck, and I am 2 weeks out from my surgery at the Obesity Control Center, and currently considering my total weight, starting weight to now, I've lost about 40 pounds. I would say post-op, I've lost about maybe 15 of that in 2 weeks, about 15 pounds. So that's really great. I'm very happy. I am actually in the teens, the 200 teens, which has been a while since I've been there, and I feel great. So I'm going to keep this really quick because, if it's only been 2 weeks, what do I really have to say? But I wanted to, I guess let me give you all my stats, and I'll get into it. So my height weight was 262 pounds. My surgery weight, day of surgery on January 22nd, 2019, was 235 pounds. I got my surgery at the Obesity Control Center. My current weight is 219 pounds, so I'm gonna get a haircut because I met a goal, which is just to be in the teens. And then my goal weight is about 160 pounds, I guess. We'll just see how things go. Definitely just want to be under 30% body fat, or at least closer to 30% body fat. My current body fat on my scale, which can be plus or minus 3% accurate, it sounds like, is 48.9%. So there's still a significant part of me that's just fat. And I'm 5 feet 5 inches and 28 years old. So, okay, so here we go. I think that it's February 2019, and there's a lot of love in the air, and I'm a single person, and because I'm on this journey and because I'm just really wanting to come into my own, I want to arrive in my life, I think that it's a really good time to develop some good self-love practices. So for me, what that looks like is a lot of expression. Like, I'm doing a lot of crafts, and I just got back from an open mic night where I performed with my dad and a good friend, and I'm doing some nude modeling later this month. And so for me, creativity and just expressing as much as I can is where I feel the most like myself, and that's how I love myself the most. I also consume a lot of media, so podcasts primarily, and so I wanted to share with you some of the ones I've found the most helpful, because it's an easy thing to do, to just listen passively to something while you're cooking or cleaning or whatever. So the first one that I'm in love with and have been for a while now is Tara Brach. She is a Buddhist teacher, and I basically fall asleep to her every day. At least 5 nights a week, I'll just turn on her podcast as I go to sleep. And she has this really, she gets deep. She goes into things like the fear of missing out, self-judgment, and then just being happy, things like that. But what I love most about her, oh my God, she's joining us. Sorry. That was fun. Hi, Newton. Her most powerful tool for me is this tool where it's a 7-minute reflection on your best self. So really what you do is just imagine your future self and all the best qualities of you in this future part of you. It can be in 2 years, it can be in 20 years. And then you just connect with it, and you kind of ask it ask your future self to help you with some stuff. And I started doing this, and I started realizing I have some really good things going for me that are, part of who I am already. And in my future self, I just let those be at the forefront. And it's helping me to imagine a world outside of the limitations I feel like I'm currently in. I get to see me in my best light. And it also just refocuses my attention and intention on what I want for my life and who I want to be. So I have a link to my blog below that will have some information on these and then links to them. I'll also just include the links to make it easy on you, because I want you to watch or listen to these podcasts. 7 minutes. Just give it a go and see if it does anything for you. Because for me, it's a podcast I would actually love to do every day. It's that transformative. She also has, so it's called Your Future Self, Turning Towards Your Awakened Heart Mind, or just Your Future Self Meditation. She does both meditations and talks, and so one is the 50-minute talk, and one is a 7-minute meditation. And then she had this sweet little series. It's called Happy for No Reason, Part 1 and 2. And it's just a sweet, sweet little take on how you can just allow yourself to be happy, and I love that. So the second podcast I wanted to share is Bulletproof Radio. It is a new podcast in my life, but it's basically a guy that talks about biohacking, which was a pretty new concept to me, which I'm a little embarrassed to say. So I'm recommending 3. The first one is Drew Manning, episode number 534. It's about empathy, the unexpected key to transforming lives. So Drew Manning is this dude that's a personal trainer that was always fit, and then he would get fat clients, and he just would be like, eat healthy and exercise, just do what I say, and you'll be thin. And he didn't understand the emotional, mental side of it. And so he actually gained weight, like 70 pounds in 6 months or something, and then lost it all in 6 months. And it showed him kind of like what food addiction can be like, and how you can have really hard first weeks when you're cutting, shit out of your diet. He has more empathy now for what that mental and emotional stress is like. So I found that to be interesting. It's good to hear he talks about how he's trying to bring empathy to the health industry and like the fitness industry. Another one I listened to that was super cool was Brendan Burchard, number 555, as part of Bulletproof Radio, and it's Create the Person You Want to Be. So like I said, this is a good time for me, and I'm assuming for others too, really just start to fall in love with ourselves, find the best parts of who we are already and just let those come to the front of our lives. And so this guy, Brendan, he's really focused on like high functioning professionals, I guess, and just people in general, but he also gets to like tap into the genuine part of you and what you want to be. And he kind of gives some tools for how to bring more intention to your daily life. Like every time you go through a doorway, you think of something. Like for him, it's like, I'm going through this doorway to serve who's on the other side type of thing. I don't know that would be mine, but it would be, I'm like going through this doorway to clear my baggage, to open a new door for my life, to be refreshed, because I can get kind of grumpy during the day. So just tools like that are helpful. And then I've been having some weird issues with my sleep patterns. So I listened to one also on how eating affects your sleep. It is episode number 560. So those are all linked below and in my blog. Maybe just give them a listen if you have some time. And then in my blog, I can't read them all here, but I do have a mindful eating list of about 14 different books that were recommended to me by the therapist that actually first got me looking into VSG as a viable option for my life, because she did it down in Tijuana at the Obesity Control Center. So she's included in this list, which I've just put on my blog for you to review, workbooks for mindful eating. So it's a mindful eating book list, as well as some just general books by like Thich Nhat Hanh, which is kind of he's like a Buddhist figure in the community. So I think I might get that one. It talks about like body kindness, mindful eating, Finding Yourself in the Kitchen by Dana Velden, things like that. That if you're trying to change your mind, I think these could be good resources for you. So like I said, everything's linked in my blog below. I'm feeling great. I'm excited about my weight loss. I did get sick today because I decided to treat myself with a decaf coffee and some heavy whipping cream, and I think the heavy whipping cream was maybe too fat. These days I'm really existing off of yogurt, so Greek yogurt mixed with some Fit milk. It's like this like a high protein brand of milk. And some soup, and I'm not missing the texture, chewing or anything, which I'm surprised by. I'm just so thrilled to be shrinking, and so I guess that's sort of sustaining me through this liquid stage. But we're going to be able to eat some mushy food, I think, pureed food tomorrow or Saturday, and that will be nice. I'm excited. I'm excited to have more variety. One thing to note, I really don't like protein shakes, and I did okay with them leading up to the surgery, but now post-surgery I'm just like, no, I do not want to eat that crappy protein shake. It tastes like shit. It tastes fake. I'm just like mad about it now. So that's why I have decided to get my protein through mostly yogurt, as much as I can. And so I get a Greek yogurt, Faya, I believe is the brand that I get, and I just drink it all day long. And so that's been how I've gotten around it, and I'm so glad to not be having shakes anymore. Anyway, I would love to hear your comments about how your post-op has been, if you have resources that have helped you to fall in love with yourself, or that you feel are a good way to change your mental, I wanted to say stability, projection of who you are. If you're finding tools that can help you become the person you want to be, I would love to hear what your suggestions are, as I'm a consuming media fiend these days. I just want to have it all, drink it all in. So I'd love to hear that. Thank you. Talk to you soon.